Are you an achievement hunter? A trophy collector? A maniac that thinks the bigger the number, the better you're doing at life?
Hey, why are you panning to me? Hey, 1 minute, mate.
Well, I've got you covered. Yo, what's going on, hunters? It's me, Morvi, and I'm here with another list crowned with Gamerscore and achievements just in time for the start of 2024. Thankfully, this one isn't going to break the bank and we can enjoy some achievement hunts free of charge. Ever since I've been showing you guys games to help you boost your gamer score, I've had a few of you asking to do a similar video with free games. Now, this has been a bit of a task for me. As some of you may know, it is not a simple job to find free and easy gamer score, but don't you worry, I have cracked the code and today I'm here to show you 10 free games to boost your gamer score free of charge. This time around there's a big mixture of genres to play with and none of them are super duper long. That being said, we aren't looking at any 10-minute completions today. We are going to have to do a little bit of work to get them. In my previous top 10, I showed you how to get over 35,000 gamer score within 8 hours. If that's something up your street, then please check the description below as I put a link there. We've got a lot to get through, so strap in and let's go get them achievements. As always, if I put any of these games on your radar, then let me know in the comment section, and if you want to see more, then please hit that like and sub button. But other than that, let's get into this. Number 10 is for one of the newest titles on this list, and I'd argue the most achievement profitable game on this list. DPS Idle is an idle card game. The aim of the game is to build your side of the board with more and more minions. You do this by earning gold, buying cards, and then upgrading them. You do this by grinding various enemies, each with their own HP and loot to drop. Each time you kill one of these enemies, they come back bigger and stronger. The aim of this game is to get your damage per second as high as possible. Now, there is an achievement to get 100 million DPS, just to give you an idea of where we're aiming for. As you can see, you start off quite slow, but once you get the hang of it, you start doing massive damage. As I said, this is an idle game, so once you've set up the board and you've got accustomed to the controls, it's time to close the game down and hunt achievements from another title on this list. The game will carry on playing once you've closed it, so make sure you have all your minions up and an easy opponent to face, and then close the game. There is also an achievement to come back to this game after 6 hours, so don't expect 100% in 10 minutes. This one offers 2,000 gamer score. If you're just after the gamer score, then this will take around 2 to 3 hours actual game time, but in total, including the time that you need to leave it, it will take around 9 hours. This one is super fun, and I found myself playing way past the 100%. There's so much to do after the achievements have popped, and so many rarer cards to unlock, and I had to see what they look like. Definitely grab this one. There is also a Windows version, so if you complete this one and the Windows version, you'll be 4,000 gamer score richer. I have a guide for this one, links in the description. You just have to up. Okay, number 9 now, and I'll be honest, this one stumped me a little bit. Probably my least favourite on this list, but I'll be honest, trying to find 10 free easy games is a lot harder than it sounds. To the Moon and Beyond is the first space title we're going to be looking at on this list today. It is a very minimal base building, card and resource management type game. To be honest, it's quite hard to categorise this one. As you can see, it looks like a bundle of fun. The achievements have us completing the game on multiple difficulties. Each run takes around 15 to 20 minutes, so it's not super long, but you won't get the achievements just for completing the run. As I said, it has a lot of management involved, and I tried my hardest to understand the game. I really did, I promise. By the end of the run, you will need to have collected enough resources. In the easier difficulties, this isn't too hard, but the harder you go, the more BS the game throws at you. You will get positive and negative random events throughout. On the harder mode, they are more frequent, and it feels like it's programmed to give you more negative events. True Achievement says this one can be completed within 2 hours, and this is true if you use a guide. If you're like me and want to try and figure it out yourself, you'll be here for a much longer time. I am putting together a guide, but each run is different, so I need to make sure you guys can make sense of it before posting. So, with a guide, this one is worth a grab, but I personally wouldn't suggest doing this solo. But either way, if you complete this one, you'll have another 1000 G. Now for a point and click. Queen's Quest V is the 5th installment in this series, yet this is the only title that is free. I'm a little unclear on the story as it kinda just dropped us right in the middle of it, and I believe this title follows a bit of a side plot. Is it the most interesting point and click ever? No. Did I enjoy playing it? No. Although it's over in around 4 hours, the biggest drawback is that there are missable achievements and no chapter select. I missed 2 collectibles and now have to play through the whole game just to collect them again. Thankfully, once I get them, the achievements will pop, but I don't know which ones I didn't get. If you play this one without a guide, you will be here for a while, possibly around 5 hours like myself. With a follow along guide, I'm sure you can get through this in around 2 hours. Having a guide will also help find the collectibles, as there are 3 different types and they have been hidden very, very well. I am planning on doing a guide for this one, but after the missable achievement I have to go back and get it, so this is on the to-do list for now. Don't be like me and get that 100%. I have kept this title on the side for a rainy day, as I was going to do a funny video showing a grown man completing Roblox, but it turned out the more I played it, the more impressed I was. Now, I missed the Roblox boom. I was a little bit after my time, so I just assumed it was a bit of a buggy kids game. Turns out there's really easy Gamerscore to get on it, and half of the games on there are pretty fun. There's a version of Sliver.io, and I spent the next 30 minutes becoming a demonic-sized snake. I killed everyone on the map and then made them quit. For the most part, you can get about 80% of the achievements within the first 45 minutes. After that, you will need to log in once a day for 20 days in total. This is the hardest part in my opinion, especially since I only managed to get to day 3 before completely forgetting to log on. If you set yourself a reminder, or if you have a working brain unlike me, then Roblox definitely needs to be on your completed list. And, you never know, you may end up enjoying it like me. In total, this one is going to take around 3 hours actual gameplay to get the 100%. You will need to log on once a day, join one game and then leave for 20 days. Other than that, it's an easy peasy completion. Old subscribers will know I did a guide on this one when it was first released. Weirdly, it was a Game Pass title before it became free. Space Jam: A New Legacy is a side-scrolling beat-em-up that has thrown us into the world of Looney Tunes. Oh, and LeBron James is also here. LeBron James. We have to fight our way through a bunch of stages and beat up robots. Yep. That's about it really. It's like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Arcade on the Game Pass, except that it's the complete opposite of TMNT, and it is not really that fun. Space Jam loses its charm very quickly, with the lack of variation of enemies, the basketball themed fighting, and the need to complete the game multiple times. You'll be cheering for the finish. You also won't see much change in backdrop. You are fighting through a evil villain's lair, and it's all like robotic and sciencey, and it gets very boring, I'll be honest. You will either need a buddy to run through this, or do what I did and grab your second controller. Your second guy will be lagging behind, but if you use your first controller to clear the area and then move them both along at the same time, it's as easy as that. This one will take you around 2 to 3 hours for the full 1000 Gamerscore. If you fancy watching Morvi from 2 years ago with very long hair, then the link is in the description. Now it is time to get back into the archives. Many moons ago, I did a guide on Korgan. This was the first free title I ever 100%ed. Korgan is an episodic ARPG dungeon crawler, but thankfully we can get all of the achievements within the first part, which is also free. The achievements are similar to what we've seen in the easy achievement titles. Kill 3 bosses, die a few times, complete the story, and kill X number of mobs. It has been a very long time since I played Korgan, but from what I remember, it is a solid little game. Considering Diablo is currently holding on for dear life and PoE 2 isn't here yet, this could be a good substitute until it arrives, or if Blizzard decides to do some work for once. You'll get the full 1000 Gamerscore in around 1 hour's time. And if you enjoy the game, there are more episodes that you can buy afterwards. But like I said, you can get the full 100% in the first free part. Time for a 360 title. This one only offers 200 Gamerscore, but it's quick, easy and free. Harm's Way is a kart racer type game where players choose to either drive around the map, trying to complete the race, or be in control of a turret that's sole job is to blow up the cars driving around. As time goes on, the turrets get upgraded to more powerful weapons and make the driver's life a little bit more miserable. Midway through the race, you'll be able to coat the map in explosive mines. Fun! You're either going to need an achievement buddy or a second controller to really blast through this one. I personally did it with a second controller and had 80% complete within the first 15 minutes. One of the achievements is a pain in the butt where it asks you to join a game. Now this title is very old, so as you can imagine there is no one playing it. So you will need a lending hand from someone to host a game so you can join. Let's get in that comment section and help each other out. As I said, this one is only for 200 Gamerscore, but it only takes around 30 minutes to complete. It is quite fun, albeit the AI being really unfair and staying on your tail the entire race. One little mistake and you lose first place. Or I'm just bad at racing games, who knows. But either way, get this one on your completion list. Before we get to our final 3, if you've liked what you've seen so far, then please consider hitting that sub button. I am very close to my goal of 5,000 subs, and it would mean the world if you came aboard. You may have noticed a lot of my content has me waffling away in the corner up there. I stream a lot of my achievement runs over on Twitch at twitch.tv/Mr. Morvi. If that's something up your street, then please head over there and give me a follow. In the new year, I'm looking at 100%ing a lot trickier games, and it would be great to have some company along the way. I am also going to be streaming here on YouTube. I am currently 100%ing Crash Bandicoot, the Insane Trilogy. Please pop in and say hi. Right, now that is out of the way, let's get to the final 3. A long time ago, I completed Efootball. This was a rebrand of Pro Evo Soccer. Now, when it first released, it was a bit of a hot mess. But don't worry, I'm pretty sure it's just as bad now. It has now been rebranded to Efootball 2024. There are various challenges you will need to complete. You can do it on your own against the PC, or if you want to be cheesy, you can grab a second controller. This is exactly what I did because the computer is a little bit unfair. It plays like a standard football game, but it has no bells or whistles. There are a few annoying achievements linked to this, but they are not impossible. I did make a guide quite a while ago, but it is still very handy to help you get them achievements as quickly as possible. They may have added a few teams, I hope, but for the most part, it is exactly the same game. If that's up your street, then please check my description for that guide. This is the second space title we're going to be looking at on this list, and personally I would say it is the much better one. Space Science Investigations is the second game NASA has created. It is an educational title where you float around a space station. The controls take some getting used to as you flip all over the place, but I think you can agree it looks a lot better than the first NASA title we were speaking about. We need to work our way around the facility, interacting with various objects, solving puzzles, and generally feeling nauseous due to the lack of gravity. This is pretty much a walking simulator with some extra information about space added on. We get to learn about the astronauts that inhabit the vessel and the items needed to keep it running. With a guide, this one shouldn't take you too long. You're looking at around 1 hour if you're rushing it, but if you're like me and didn't use a guide, then it's going to take you around 2 hours, as some of the tasks in the game are pretty broad and it's very confusing where you need to go. I found myself floating around the ship looking for a toilet for an embarrassing amount of time, but it turns out I found one, but it wasn't the right one. There's in fact 2 toilets in the facility. I have made a complete playthrough video showing my experience with this 100%. If you're interested in seeing me looking constantly confused, then please check the description below as I've linked it there. Okay, time for number 1, and this was the latest completion over on my Twitch channel. If you're into grown men completing games, then you know where to find me. Opus Castle is an episodic horror title where the first chapter is free. Now, it is a bit of a weird one. This game used to offer 1000 Gamerscore. After an update where you need to buy the second part, the free part of the game now only offers 930 Gamerscore. This is because the last achievement was for 70 Gamerscore and that was to get all achievements. But with the update and the additional level added on, there are more achievements, so now we don't get that one popping. The additional content only costs a few quid, so it won't break the bank. But if you're only after a nice chunk of free Gamerscore, then the OG content will give you 930. Now, I did call this a horror title, but don't be hiding behind your sofa just yet. Aside from a random jump scare that they've crowbarred in twice, there isn't much in terms of being spooky. You can buy the aliens. The aliens just took him. Oh no. Ah! You will need to complete 4 to 5 playthroughs as there are a few different endings to take, but each playthrough takes 10 to 15 minutes. Each different ending shows a different bad guy. I'll be honest, I couldn't really understand the plot as each ending was completely different with different characters. I have the complete 100% playthrough on my channel. If that's something you want to check out, then please check the description down below. I will be getting the update in the new year, so keep them peeled for that video. And there we have it, we are at the end of the list. Thank you so much for watching, and if I put any of the games on this list on your radar, then please hit that like button. If you'd like to see more, I do have a bunch of other top 10 lists for achievement hunters. Please check out the playlist at the top of my channel or check the description on this video as I put my most previous one there. And I'll show you how to get over 35,000 Gamerscore within 10 completions. As always, please follow me over on Twitter, TikTok and Twitch to keep up to date with all sorts of achievement hunting goodness. But until next time, I've been Morvi and I'll see you later. Happy hunting.